Hello, this is Bonsai Calmness. In today's video I will just do some small chores on some of my maples and some other trees. So I will start today with this Acer palmatum, a Osakazuki, and as you can see it has a beautiful pot. No, I don't think anybody will envy this pot here, but that will change in spring next year when I have to repot it. So I will just start wiring some of the branches here a little bit and go on to the next trees. I have to wire these branches a little bit down so they don't spring up that much. And it don't have to be so perfect, it just has to work. And I do have to remember that they have to spring up a little bit. And I can give them a little bit of movement. It's always more interesting if the branches has a little bit of movement. I just have to see how that looks. I want this branch to go below this one. Just a tiny bit. I got this one coming straight up. I thought about removing it. Maybe I could wire it out like this, but I have this branch behind it. So actually, I think it would be better just to remove it. This branch here, I don't know if I should wire that a little bit this way. I think I'll have to do that because it will cross the other branches down here. There's some people that would say that Osakazuki don't fit, is not fit for bonsai, but I think it's a beautiful tree, and even though the internodes is pretty long, I really like it. So I decided to give it a go with this tree. I also has this one coming straight at you. I don't want to remove it. I just wanted to go to the right here a little bit. I can always remove it at a later state if I don't like it. But when it was in leaf this season, I really liked that it has had leaves here. So I'll just try to give it a go here and see what happens next year. I just have to step back and look. Yeah, like that. I also got this one coming out too far towards me and towards you. So I just want to bring that a little bit closer to the other one here, because I haven't decided if I will remove this branch here, those two branches, and just keep those two here. But I really liked having these branches this season, so I know it looks a little bit odd having this underneath here, but time will tell what I will do. I just anchor it like this. Yeah, I think that's great. I got a little bud here, which will create the new leader next year. I got this in reserve if that should die for some reason. I don't think it will. So yeah. Then my Osakazuki is ready for winter. Now it's time for my Mikawa yatsubusa, and this here is the new front. I really like it, has this curve. But as you can see, I'll bring you in here. They really tend to spring upwards on this variant here. So I have to put some wire on and just pull them down a little bit. You really have to be careful here because the butts is so close. It's so easy to make a mistake here, and the small branches here is very fragile. I saw this trick. I think it was Björn who made this trick where he took the last of the wire and put it over the small branches and then pulled down. So this little piece of wire here is not curled around the branches but just move the branches downwards. I think it's very clever. So thank you, Björn, for that trick. Yeah. It's not that I want them down here. They will still grow upwards a little bit, and that's okay with me because that's just how the tree is. Just had a little stop here, and I have a little stop in here. And again I can use the same trick over here, and still I have to be careful with the butts. I can feel I'm shaking a little bit. Somebody turned down the heat, as you say. Just have to see how that looks. Yeah, I think it was a little bit too much. That looks right to me. So, I'm really looking forward to see this tree next year when I repot it. And with the new leader here I created because the top of the tree died. For some reason, I don't know why. But you have to be careful when you prune these dwarf variants because they, on a regular acephalmatum, it only dies back to the next pair of buds, but it don't do that with these dwarf variants. It has a tendency to die back a lot further, so it's so tricky. Yes, that's it for the Mikawa. pretty cold now. Moving on to my Shishigashira. It struggled a little bit this year, so these tree branches here died, and it died back here and here and here and here. I use this pot as a training pot because I had to, when I repotted it, I had to have some depth in the pot because I had two roots on the right side here. They were like this, and I didn't like that, so I pruned them, and I had to get the root base beneath the soil, under the soil, isn't that how you say it? So that's why I use this pot here, and it will stay in this pot next year also, and then I should have new finer roots on this side. So that's why it struggled this year. So I'll just remove these dead branches here. And I really hope I got a little bud here. You can't see that, I think, but I got a little bud here, so I didn't lose this branch. And I got a little bud in here also, so there will be a new branch here. I also got buds here and under here, so even this branch will die next year. I get two new branches. But I really like this tree. It's very beautiful when it's in leaves. It's actually just as good. It has just as good as a front from this side. So I'll don't have to do any wiring on this, but I just need to give this branch here some cut paste. I also got a dead branch here. I don't dare to cut too much because I have to see next year what happens next year. So that's done for today. Let me see. Yeah, this is the front. So it's going to be very exciting next year. And here is my Prunus cistena. You know it as sand cherry. In my country we call it dwarf blood plum. I got this branch here growing in towards the middle of the tree. I actually could wire it and bring it out here, and I will do that because I really don't want to lose branches on this tree because it's pretty much uphill with this tree. every time I have been pruning it back, it just loses branches. Normally I prune this tree. Oh, yeah. Then I snap this branch here. That's just what happens when you're not careful. That's really a shame, but I won't hit my flaws. So, as I was saying, I actually don't know if I could save it by putting some wire on it, and I will actually try to do that. I'll try to wire it back and put some cut paste all around this area here and see if I can save it. I don't think so. I think it's gone, but you never know. Oh, it's so fragile. It's 100% in place now. Okay, as I was saying, or trying to say, I usually prune this in spring because these plants, as a bush form, you prune them way back in the spring, and then they just explode with new growth. So, but I have been doing that every year, and it just don't give me any good results. So I think I will try something new, and that will be pruning it now. Just have to see there's buds here. So I will just prune it roughly here. I have to be sure there's buds back there. I really, really hope that this works. Because it's just really, really confusing or annoying that it always dies back, and I have to create new branches, and then those branches die, and you probably know what I mean. This is a little bit funny. I think it's a rather weak branch. I think I will let it be, and if it lives next year and get a little bit stronger, I can wire it upwards. I'm not actually wiring this tree that much. It's more clip and grow. And directional pruning. I got a bud here, so I get a branch this growing this way instead of in towards these branches here. This is a little bit long, but I don't think I have any buds further down actually. This is a little bit long too. I could take this back a little bit. I don't know if I'll just do it like I take it here because I have one bud there, and then I really hope it buds back. It's a great species doing back buds, so yeah, that's it for the prunus. This is my favorite tree in my collection. It's Ficus sylvatica. I grow this in a very natural style because I really prefer to do that with as many as my trees as possible, even though I really like to be creative with some of my trees. But I tend to follow Nigel Saunders on that. I got some very long internodes, a couple of places on this tree, so I'll just prune them back. It's when it's not the first growth that makes the long internodes, it's the second growth. It always makes very long internodes, and I can't figure out why it does that, but I rarely find the second flush any useful to the tree, rather than making the trunk a little bit thicker. I always tend to prune them off late in the season, as I'm doing now. It's so strange. Maybe somebody can explain that to me, if they have success keeping the second flush. You can see here a great example of it. This here came from the second flush. And it has this very long internode here. And I don't want that. And at the same time it springs vertical. So I'll just take that off. I usually take all the leaves, prune all the leaves off before winter. But not today because my hands is pretty cold. I have another example over here. If you can see this, I don't know if my hand helps or not. You can see I have this very long internode here. And I don't want that. Even this is pretty far from those branches in here. Let me remove those leaves so you can see. I could wire this a little bit down. I haven't been wiring this tree up here at all, only the lower branches. So I really want to continue with clip and grow on this tree. This is definitely the second flush also. So, as I said, I only use the second flush to thicken up my trunk. I don't know what I want to do with this. I have a bud back here. So I should take these two branches off actually. I just don't know how that would look on the tree. I could remove this one and wire this like I do here. So I still have the right proportion to the other branches here. I think I will do that. I really have to be careful, not do any damage to that bud. It's very difficult with very cold fingers. Yes, I think that looks great. So, looking at the tree, I think that was it for today. That was just a little stop, and there's one here too. And next year I will repot it, and luckily I will get rid of this unglazed brown pot because I have only been using it for as a training pot. So that was it for the Ficus sylvatica. it was the end of this video for today. So as always, happy bonsai journey.